Hi guys, so welcome to the stream. Tonight I need to do a lot of stuff. I need to set up a table for a battle report between me and Lucy tomorrow. I need to get 2 armies out and I need to paint a Armiger Warglaive whilst also eating me tea. So thank you very much for tuning in first of all. Thank you to everybody who has supported the channel via Patreon. It is greatly appreciated. There is currently a battle report on there between my Dreadnoughts and Phil's Zinch Demons, so you can go and check that out. There'll be more stuff coming on Patreon. Oh, we've only got 3 watches. I'm sure there'll be more. So there will be more stuff coming on Patreon. We're trying to keep up with GW's release schedule. Has been incredibly difficult. Trying to get, sort of 2 tutorials, a codex review, a battle report, and something else out for each army. It's very, very taxing. So, yeah, we'll see how we manage to get on with that. So, over the coming month, there's not really anything coming out other than obviously the Dark Eldar Codex next week. I'd Net Deep Kin, the book is out on the 21st of April, which I think there'll probably be 3 weeks worth of release after that. Because, you're looking at, there's the big guy with the wave, there's the little woman with the hair, the guy with the octopus, the guy that looks like Ming the Merciless, and then the unicorn guy. You've got the eels, the bigger shark things, and the Leviathan. And then you've got the normal elf stuff. There's at least 9 or 10 units there. And even if they put 3 out a week, that's still 3 weeks worth of releases. So I'm thinking I've got a little bit of a break until the beginning of May. And then I think it's going to be bang, Harlequins, Knights, Death Watch. I think they're going to be in pretty quick succession. It would be nice to see a Harlequin start collecting box. It wouldn't be too far-fetched to have a troop, because you get a troop master in there, a squad of bikes, and then a Star Weaver. Now I'm just wondering, how much does all that cost actually? Let's have a look on Games Workshop. Harlequin. So not even in alphabetical order, that's annoying. So a Harlequin troop is 24. Skyweavers are 24. That's 48. And then the Star Weaver is 25. Comes to 73. So yeah, I think that's fair. I think we could probably expect that. If we're incredibly lucky, they might chuck a Shadow Seer in there as well, but I doubt it. So, like I said, tonight I'm going to be working on the Knight Armiger, which I'm excited. I was going to do a tutorial and I was going to paint both at the same time, but if I'm honest, I haven't got time to do that and paint 2. And it was actually Mr. James Jones, who's in the chat's idea to do the Knight Armiger. So James, I'm doing this Armiger just for you. So, what's everyone up to? What's everyone been working on? You may have seen my Beastmaster that I painted up yesterday, and of course he will be in the battle report tomorrow. I say tomorrow, it's getting filmed tomorrow. So, when I finish eating in a few minutes, we'll turn the camera around. I might as well show you guys how I set a table up ready to play on. And you might hear the really bad weather out there. Which I want to do a video on how to set a table up as well. But kind of reorganised the cupboard so there's like screws and bits of wood and all sorts everywhere on the table at the minute. So, without further ado, let's sort the camera out. Oh, someone has just subscribed. Ben Leah has just subscribed. Thank you very much for the subscription, Ben. Greatly appreciated. But let's take you guys for a ride. There. So, I need to finish tidying up a little bit. Let's get that turned on. There we go. So yeah, I really made a mess. And actually, I've just noticed as well, Hellions, I forgot that I'd finished them off. I've got a unit of 20 Hellions ready to go. Based on what I've seen from the new Dark Eldar Codex, I'm liking the looks of them. So I can't wait to use them. I've got 2 Imperial Knights I need to put away. Lucy was airbrushing these the other day, adding a few extra bits of detail to them for me. That one goes there. So, what does everyone think about the rumours about the FAQ? Apparently, Hive Tyrants are going to be one per detachment now, which, whilst I can understand that they want to do something to stop Hive Tyrant spam, I don't feel that 1 per detachment is the way to go. It's not right. There must be something else. I mean, Hive Tyrants are incredibly versatile rule-wise. You know, they're really good at shooting, they're really good in combat, they're good psychers, they're survivable at toughness 7 with an in-run. I don't understand why they were toughness 7. Like, I know they're supposed to be tough and everything, but making them toughness 7 just seems a bit, I don't know. When they jumped up to 7 from the Codex, God, drop them back down to index maybe, right? Make them toughness 6, 5 up in run. Then I think, you know, they're still reasonable, they're still a good choice. Just 4 up in run on a toughness 7 Hive Tyrant is so damn hard. I definitely think just roll back to what it was in the index, to be honest, but I don't know whether or not that's what we'll get. I need to put this away. God, I've got so many like tubs that have just been putting crap in to move models around. There's like 6 lunchbox tubs there. and a tea towel from downstairs. I don't even know why that's there. Screws and drill bits and wall plugs. Right, I need Tyranid box, towel box, necron box. Stuff is just some flying stands I forgot to put away, and long spikes not iron rifle, rail cannon. And then the necron stuff, 2 objective markers. What's the weather like where everyone is? The weather outside here is absolutely torrential rain. It sucks. Let's get this whole unit moved, because that's in the way. Oh, good God, that sounds horrendous out there, like really bad. Already had my tea, spicy chicken burgers, God I hate spam, hey, I'd rather the 1 per detachment than a points increase. I don't even think the points increase or everything needs doing. I just think going back to what they were in the index, that, you know, the fact that they got a 5-up in run, going from 7th to 8th was brilliant. And they were still very versatile, so I think that was, you know, they were fine. I don't think they were broke. They weren't OP. They were good, and that's all they need to be, really. Right, I need to work out how to get a hive time in here. There we go. And my 2 little second edition, no, 4th edition Biovars, James. The 2nd edition ones have massive legs. I remember them because I had one. You put them on the square bases and they just stood on it. Man, I wish I could get hold of a 2nd edition Tyranid army. I'd love to actually just build a specific 2nd edition Tyranid army. It'd be so cool. Oh. Right, nearly there. That can go over there. That can go over there because it's the airbrush. That can go outside because it's in the bin. And that's for the bin. And that is the paint catalogue. So I can't bin that. Me and Lucy need to fill that in for last week's painting, actually. Right, I'll put that. Put that there. Lots of kitchen roll, lots of screen wash for the airbrush. And then you go downstairs. Oh, that's something I wanted to check in White Dwarf actually. Vanderson keeps going on about getting the Nazgul, and I'm sure I've seen them in White Dwarf. I found a seller 3 Biovore and 17 mines for 40 quid. Mate, that's a bargain. Max of 3 per 2k. Yeah, but it really does depend on what they actually turn around and say about them. It's obviously game changing because they've delayed the release of the FAQ, which is frustrating because I don't even think we've had the Tau FAQ yet. I'm just flicking through White Dwarf. If anyone's got it yet, oh, James, remind me later on. I need to paint up an Icarus array for me. Oh, I don't even know what it's called. Onager Dune Crawler. Come on, I know it's here somewhere. Ah, there. I know, well chuffed. I bet.
Monopoly is back at McDonald's this when.
Right, back on with this. Nearly done. Oh, Lucy's Forests, which are the worst model in the history of GW because the leaves constantly break off, like all the time. So, the joy of these backdrops that I have made is that I can literally reverse them. So, I do hold the corner piece on with a bit of blue tack up there, which is kind of cheating, but that's the way it is. Now, for some reason, I can't seem to get them down the side of here, and I think it's probably because I've got too many mats on. No, I've only got 3 mats. 3's not even that many, really. So, Dark Eldar versus Admech. Oh, what battle map can we go for? Fallout Zone, Concrete, Cobblestone, Desert. Don't think the bright green grass one's been out for a while. So, let's see if I can find that one. Grassland, there it is. And I've got tags on all of my mats. But you can probably guess that I've probably put it away in not the right bag. Huzzah! It's the right one. So the backdrops literally reverse like that. So I'm just going to put them down here. So roll the mat out. And then I'll use the bulldog clips to hold it in place, basically. Now, I did used to have me, them set up so that they were actually the opposite way around. So the backdrop ran along the back there, so the clips aren't quite in the right place, which is why this one keeps falling. And then that one goes in there. And then this one, basically it slots between the edge of the board and the actual beam. And just a bulldog clip. And the last one. But as ever, I think this one's got a bit of curvature on it, which is why it keeps falling like that. So really, I need to move the clip. There. Just like that. We've got a new battle board. Something under there. What is it? Screw. Meanwhile, I will set the rest of that up soon. To be honest, I think GW are doing a good job. They have smashed it out since the release of it. Give credit where credit's due. Absolutely, mate. They've been going absolutely mental with it. Nice setup. Cheers, Teesside Tyrants. It's Patrick, isn't it? I'm sorry, Patrick. I'm really, really bad with names. However, that is going to annoy me. So, I don't have another bulldog clip, and I know I should have one somewhere, but I don't know where. And of course, I don't know if you can see it, but up here, of course, is my light, and there's one actually directly above your camera now. It's just not going to reach. I might just unscrew that, you know. Because like I said, I used to keep that there. Because of the fact that I used to have them on this side, so pulled up here with the boards here. And Lucy suggested I swap it around because I was always in the way when she wanted to get in and out and stuff. So it was Lucy's suggestion to swap it, and I think it worked. Oh, there. That's a lot better straight away, actually. Or at least until that happens. So I think a piece of terrain up against it. Maybe. There we go. I've got my hand. Wow. Yeah, that hurts me. Where's my hammer? There it is. So I'm going to cheat. I'm not going to drill it. I'm literally just going to. That's enough. There we go. So I'll do the rest of the setup in a bit, I think. Yeah, Paddy though, only get called Patrick when getting told off. Ha. One day I'll drive up when I pass my test and hopefully feature on the channel. James, if I'm back down at Warhammer World and we're in the vicinity, you know I would love a game, mate. Oh, God, it's 1:15 here already. I don't even know what type of thing to put on the board. And I am getting thirsty and I need my phone charger. So, I think I'm going to give you guys 2 seconds whilst I go downstairs and grab all of that to think about what kind of scenery you want to see on this. back. Trees, lots of trees. Yeah, I'll probably have to glue some of them. My trees are a little bit worse for wear, unfortunately. Put some mossy ruins on it if you have any. Love the jungle look on a green board. I don't have any mossy ruins as such. What I do have is the GameMat.eu ones. And I've got lots of green lichen to put on. So I can certainly go for that. Right, anyway, let's get the camera spun round because I can't be bothered to set that up just yet. I'm getting warm, so I'm going to take my hoodie off. And we'll crack on with a bit of painting, I reckon. I need some AdMech parts. I was tidying the room out the other day with Lucy, and we've actually put a shelf up, so the whole painting area has actually got a lot more space than what it did, which is brilliant, of course, but I'm forgetting where stuff is, so... And I need to spray some Dark Eldar sails, but I need... Oh Christ! I need an AdMech sky thingy or other. Icarus something. It's not going to be in that one. I also need to get working on the Gene Stealer coat as well, because I want to use them to apply for No Retreat. Oh, where's the bases of the armatures? There they are. Right, I need to rummage in my bits box. Oh, that's because that's the wrong way. Take a look into my bits box. I've got no idea how to build the Icarus array, but I know I've got the parts. That's two outsides. That must be the front bit of the missile. Or the back, that's the front. That's a twin phosphor. That piece must be the back. So there's another back. There's one of the auto cannon pieces. Eradication ray. Beamer. Jacob, my man from the Warp Forge. How's it hanging, brah? So there's the auto cannon bits. for the twin phosphor, I think. Messiah. Half a body. I actually think that is it. I'm going to have a look at a picture of it, but think. God, have you heard the weather? That's horrendous. Right, Games Workshop, Adeptus Mechanicus. Hey. Monster for the win. Adeptus Mechanicus. Onager Drone Crawler. Ah! So, it makes a cylinder thing with the auto cannon on it. With a flappy lid. Ah, right, that piece clips on where the neutron laser goes. Right. Gotcha. Which means if that's the only piece, then I have to leave them as clip-ins so that the eradication ray swaps in and out with that. I've got it. I've got it, I swear. Here we go. Here we go. So let's get this glued together first of all. And the reason I'm doing this first is because I need the red. I need this paint in red. And I'll be using red on the armature. On another note, who is excited for Infinity War? I know I am. I absolutely cannot wait. I still need to see Pacific Rim and Ready Player One. We were supposed to go and see them this weekend, but Lucy wasn't very well, unfortunately, so we didn't get to the cinema. Right. Nearly at 7K, mate. You're doing well. You must do a Nurgle theme for it. Went and got some snacks for a night of relaxing. It's only a 5-minute adventure and I'm soaked. Oh yeah, so looking forward to it. Do you think the captain will die? First of all, Phil, if Middlesbrough's anything like what it is up here, yeah, no, I didn't go out. I elected, instead of eating chocolate and crap, to go and eat fish finger and chips. Do you think Cap will die? Absolutely. Chris Evans has said he doesn't want to do any more films. His contract's up after the 2 Avengers films. He's done. And I think, especially with the end, after credit scene of Black Panther, it's setting a character up to become someone else. Now, it does obviously hint at somebody else. Whether or not they become that person that was hinted at, or Cap, is another question. I think Tony is very likely to die. I think Hawkeye will potentially die. I wouldn't be surprised if Loki does. I don't think we will see another Cap. Too many other characters I'd want to see. Yeah. I know in the comics, Falcon and Bucky, aka Winter Soldier, take over. It could be either. It could be neither. Because, of course, Bucky could also be White Wolf. Patriot even takes it. Peggy Carter took it once. Took what? I wouldn't be surprised if that character takes. Also, Hawkeye said not to be in this one as he's on a secret mission. Ah! Because loads of people have asked why he hasn't been on any of the promo shoots and stuff. I know Chris Hemsworth is taking a break from acting after he's done with these, because he's worked quite intensely for the last sort of 7 or 8 years. He hasn't really seen his kids that much. So I know he's taking a break. Whether that means obviously Thor's gone, I don't think so. I hope not. I hope he comes back for at least one more in a few years' time. Maybe just keep Thor out of the picture for a little bit. But I think Phase 4 is very much going to focus on the cosmic side of things, because Adam Warlock's been hinted at twice already. James Jones, you just become my new best friend. Phil, no, you're not best friends, because James has just bought 3 of the old 4th edition metal biovores that I've got. And 17 spore mines for 40 quid. Anyway, Phil, do you want to host? Because, you know, if you want to host, feel free. And we can Skype and do it that way. See, I don't know the Unworthy Thor storyline, but I think he'll definitely disappear for some time. James, as long as you admit that the current model is better. Dude, I'm not paying 150 quid for 6 biovores. Sorry, I'm not that wealthy. Phil just did for like 3 pyrovores and 3 biovores. Interestingly enough, I think pyrovore is the only existing model other than red terror for NIDs that I don't actually have. Technically, I don't have a Horror Specs or a... Oh, what's the other one? Maliceptor. But, you know, I'm not that fussed. Do you have Shrikes or Sky Slasher Swarms? Well, where are they on in the Codex, Phil? Also, the whole thing about Tyranids using Shrikes and stuff, right, is really interesting because the Dark Eldar page has absolutely kicked off and gone to shit because I can't take my Trueborn no more. I want 4 blasters in a squad. And people are saying use the index entry, and then some people are saying, well, you can't use the index entry because you have to use the model that GW supplies, which is a Cabalite Warrior. So the Dark Eldar page is in an uproar because of that. I just want to see Cabalite armies. Well, Jacob, my young Padawan, I do own 70 Cabalites. Doesn't mean you'll get to see them soon, though. Nah. For the battle report I'll be putting out on Saturday, I will be using, or rather, you will see each faction. So you will see 3 patrol detachments. Of course, 1 Witch, 1 Cabal, and 1 Prophets of Flesh. We can use our strikes still, but the prime would have to be from the index to get anything at the buff. Vandus, message me. Live stream tonight. Okay. Post in the group. See you at 7:30. Vandus doesn't turn up. They don't stick, so they're going to have to be magnetized as well. Oh, it's already 8:30 and I haven't even started the Warglaive. Well, technically I have. He sprayed black and red, but... Oh, that's not small enough. Where's the teeny tiny drill bits? The prime has to be from the Codex as it overrides the index one, but Shrikes and Sky Slashes don't, so they can still use the index entry. See, everyone is arguing like crazy on the Dark Eldar page about, what do you call it? True one. Not if the codex has a data sheet for that takes priority. Yeah. It's in the little FAQ flowchart thing that they did. Right, I need to go and grab me on a jet, find out which way to glue that might. I'm back. You all just need some banana to calm your nerves. Banana is disgusting. How dare you be saying that? Bananas are the most disgusting thing in the entire world. They're rotten. Absolutely rotten. That is how that's a phallic symbol. Nah, Harry, that's glitter, not bananas. No, mate. Like glitter's fine. I can deal with glitter. Bananas though, Ronnie Anderson, yes. Yes, indeed, my friend. Because once I have built this and magnetized it, we will be painting an Armiger Warglaive. When I can get some super glue out. Why? Roll more sixes, that's why. Which... Why do you need to roll sixes for Armigers? I've never even looked at the rules of them, to be honest, so I've got no clue. The Armigers are just mini knights with a melter gun. Shoots D3. I think the Warglaive should be a good 40 to 50 points shoot, in my opinion. Yeah, probably. I think for 200 odd points, it does seem a bit much. But I also think the Redemptor is a bit overcosted as well. What does everyone think about the fact that obviously all these units and stuff are getting much, much cheaper, right? Oh, crap. All these units are getting much, much cheaper, right? And SM Battle Report said that No Retreat 7 will be 1750 points. What does everyone think of that? Do you think 17 or 1850 is coming back? Because with the amount of reductions that we've seen, it's a lot easier to build a massive army again. When are you coming to Denmark to teach me 40k, Harry? I don't know. Lucy's just applied for a passport because I'm applying for No Retreat. And if I get into No Retreat, Lucy's going to be coming with me. Because she's then got a passport, it does open up the possibilities of going abroad more. So, maybe next year. But I think we definitely want to go to Amsterdam. It's a change, I guess, makes it harder to build a list. Yeah, that's what they've gone for. And that's why they've said that. Yeah, in a tournament setting, you have to be forced to make sacrifices with your army. So, especially because their rounds are timed as well. You got like 2.5 hours per game. They said that, you know, when they were just using the indexes. Sorry, I'm trying to get that magnet flat and it's not working. When indexes were just in use, obviously everything was equally pointed, things like that. But as the codexes have come out, everything's become a lot cheaper. So you're getting a lot more models now for your 2,000 points. And because of that, it's naturally increased game time, which is understandable. Like, I built Lucy a 2,000 point Dark Eldar list, and I put it in Battlescribe just to keep track of it, but I added up all the points prior to this on pen and paper. She's actually getting 430 points. Essentially, the list came to... I can't even hold this while I'm drawing it. If you're using index points, Lucy's list came to 2,430 something. But obviously, new points wise, it was like 1972. And back again to the power creep lists. Oops. I just snapped the tip off the auto cannon. Oh, I've no doubt, Vandus. Excuse me. Oh god, my phone's decided it wants to update everything in one go. Why does Facebook and Messenger update like every day? Surely there's not that many changes going on with it. How is iOS miles ahead? I think iOS gets an unfair rap. What do you mean? The pile-in for 40k and Age of Sigmar is exactly the same rules. Yeah, the scenarios are totally different. I agree on that. A lot of ex-fantasy players that I know hate Age of Sigmar. Yeah, same. Liam and Sean detest it. No, I agree. It's not fantasy. It's a totally different ball game altogether to fantasy, and a lot of people don't like it for that. You kind of got to understand though, it is a new game. Yeah, Blood Angels do very well, and Khorne is decent because of how it can get into combat. And Slanesh, if played right, I think can do very well. Scenario perspective. If you do the math, 40k is really balanced. Yeah, Tyranids do very well. Hive Tyrants are really good, and obviously that's why I think they are looking at us. We already discussed obviously what we think could or couldn't happen to Hive Tyrants. I hope they don't just go, oh, one per detachment. think one per detachment is a knee-jerk reaction, and it doesn't need it. Blame the player who brought 7 into the tournament. I don't even think it needs a point increase, James. But like I said, either drop it to 5 and run, or drop it to toughness 6. Maybe both. Righty ho. So before I start airbrushing, I need to build a base for the armature. Let's just see what we can get on. Whoa, that's close. To move me light so I don't block you guys out. I've been saving these for a rainy day. Ah. Maybe break that off there. On the Tyrant, it's per detachment, it's not bad, it means you can only have 3 per game in most tournaments. Plus the Swarm Lord. Never happens to Imperial stuff, it annoys the frig out of my Robert got a tickle, and the Colexus is so undercosted. Yeah, Gilliman should be at least another 50 points. Easily. Like, he's still less than a knight. Knights better come down in cost. Yeah, say exactly 450 points. And he hits like a truck. Yeah, he does. He's nuts. He would batter a knight, no sweat. Of course he would. Any day of the week. Like, a knight couldn't even shoot him down from a distance before Gulliman got close enough and then did the damage. Three plus and Hand of Dominion equals good knight. Absolutely. Knights used to be fucking amazing in 7th. They do need a points cut, like, I definitely agree on that. But I've got a question, right? Where we've seen a lot of the Dark Eldar stuff, right? About what buffs and stuff they're getting. It's like, oh yeah, you can advance and charge. Cool. What's the cost on 7 Tyrants? 1,400 points, if that. It's not a lot. Phil and James will tell you it's just over 200 per Tyrant, I think, if that. I mean, what were the Renumbant Dual Devourers? They're about 190 each, James, with 2 Devourers, and then, or dual sides and adrenal glands. And then, of course, so you've got the 4-pin one. You've got one taking a different psychic power reach. So one has the 5 of feel no pain, one can advance and charge, and then whatever the other turn powers do, I can't remember. It's the fact that the big sword is pointless. Yep. There's no reason not to run a Crusader, basically. And the Gallant is just useless. Like, why would you ever take him? 198 points times 5, times 7, 1386. God, it sounds horrendous out there. Stephen. Hello. And then, of course, you can just fill it up with, what, brigades? So, mucolids. Mucolids, rippers, and what's the heavy support choice that's cheap? Yeah, the list would be. If I turned up against that, I'd just be like, right, here's my models, go on then. And I wouldn't even try to play. Oh, wow, I'm special. I glued a magnet in back to front. Five or 38 points. So, I haven't got my calculator here. Oh, where did I put the other one? Oh, man. So, I've totally knacked up the autocannon on that. And now I can't find where I had the spare one. No, lads, Simon, baby was asleep on me. No worries, man. Hope he's doing well. Phil, what was in the list was it 3 Biowars, 3 Muclids, and 6 Squad of Gaunts, 3 Hive Tyrants, and then Supreme Command of another 4. Half your army can be offered. Apparently, it's getting changed to half your points. That's an interesting change. I mean, as a Blood Angel player, I don't think I sound like the sound of that. I mean, I have no idea how many I put in reserve when I do, but it's usually not exactly a couple. So anyway, that's going to be the base. I'll let that dry for a little bit longer and then I'll put the sand on it. But for now, I am magnetizing this bad lad. One detached Leviathan was 3 tyrants. 2 detachments was Kronos. 1 tyrant exactly the same as Warlord. 6 Muclid Spore squads. 3rd detachment. Leviathan. 3 tyrants exactly the same as the first one. 2 Morlocks as well. No, 4 Morlocks. And Lara's guess, right? 6 Rippers plus the Spores, probably deploy them, is 9. Maybe a Tyrant. And then, of course, you've got your 7 Tyrants and 4 Morlocks, which is 11 units coming in from reserve. Or at least that's the impression I get as to how we would have played it. The problem is with any system of rules, you'll come across people who will abuse it in order to win. This sucks at tournaments, but a friendly player, the chap puts down such an awful list. Choose your ship broken list, exactly why I don't do tournaments. Not all tournaments are that bad. The big ones and the ITC ones, yeah, of course, they're horrendous for stuff like that. Righty-ho, chappy-os. Where's the lid gone from that? There it is. Right, it's painting time. Sent you a message on the list over Facebook, Harry. Jesus. Right, let's get cracking. Let's get cracking with the knacking. Oh, straighten my leg. Oh. Right. Great. Airbrush is stuck. Even a Rick and Morty thinking Harry Army was all cement. Quite funny list he went up against the Poxwalker Blossom list. Is that the one where you just keep spawning Poxwalker after Poxwalker? I think I might have just sprayed the camera. Gunmetal. Yeah, Vandus, that's the exact same picture that Phil's just sent me. Andre, I watched some of the Las Vegas Open games. I thought some of the armies were cheese. Yeah, I didn't like that Tony What's his face when he tried to pull the fast one on the other guy, and then Alex pulled him, and then basically said to him, "Yeah, I wouldn't have done that had you not done that." To the last guy, I thought that was pretty cool of the other player. Karma was served that day, absolutely. Kronos reroll 1 shooting is awesome. Yeah, man. X Crimes, Terran Effects, and Hive Guard. I'm tempted to use Stygies tomorrow with my AdMech. Can't remember what the other Forge Worlds do, to be honest. I know what Mars does. Yeah, I think Hive Guard are going to go up in points. Like, they're just so good at the minute. Or they'll change them back to BS 4+. It's not like the guy could have stopped the advance and charge stratagem, so it made no sense for him not to say that he was using it. It was no secret. Well, actually, you can stop it now with Dark Eldar. How can I make your admit list? No, because I've lent 4 of my robots to Sam Goodwin. And then everything else I've got comes to just under 1,800 points, which means I need the armature painting to make up the last of my points. I lost one of the left Hive Guard arms that plug into the gun. I don't know what to do. I'll have a look at my pictures and I'll see what arms I've got. They might not be perfect fits, but you might be able to, make one fit. Or you could paint the Electro Priests. Let's see, 15 Electro Priests, 1 night armature. Armature, I've got like a couple of hours tops to do it. Oh, we've got young Philip joining us. Give me 2 minutes, Phil. Phil, talk. With that. Guys, let me know about the level of Phil's speaking. Phil, speak again. What?
No, I've just knocked some stuff over and broke a few of my son's ups.
Right. I think we'll have to turn Philip and me down a bit. Phil, say something.
No.
Guys, let me know about the volume between me and Phil. Let me know who needs to go up or down.
No. No.
So, talk me through the list, because you know I'm like we're reading.
With the Adepticon list.
Yes.
So Leviathan. That's what it was, Harry. Leviathan.
Yeah, which is your 6. Well, it's your feel no pain.
Within 6 inches of a synapse creature. But it was 3 tyrants and a Leviathan Spring Command detachment with wings, monstrous rending claws, 2 pairs of Devourers of Greenleech Worms, and Toxin Sacks. And then you had a Kronos one with an exact same Hive Tyrant, except it's got the Warlord trait that if a psychic test is failed within 18 inches, the caster suffers D3 mortal wounds. And then that was joined by 2 Morlocks and 6 Mucolids, and that was in an Outrider. And then you've got the other Leviathan one, which had 2 Flyrants, which was exactly the same. And then you had a Foot one, which had Adrenal Glands in, and had the Amargal factor, which is you roll a D3 and it can either be +1 strength, +1 toughness, or +1 attacks.
Yeah.
And then you had 3 squads of Rippers, 2 more Morlocks, and 2 more Mucolids. That was it.
Right.
The
Paddy says Phil's a bit loud. I've just turned you down for them, Phil, but you're the same volume for me.
Okay. The way the list is used is the Rippers and Mucolids will all deny area denial basically in the entirety of the board, because the Mucolids can be deployed 12 inches away from the deployment zone. It doesn't matter about being away from enemy units, because of, I don't think it even says it in the rules, but if it doesn't, you can also use the Spore Field stratagem, so it wouldn't make a difference. And then the Rippers will obviously be our troops choices. They're not going to be wanting to get into combat or shooting, because they basically get just certain objectives. And because of the area denial from the Mucolids, then you're not going to get anywhere near them anyway, and I should just move up there. And if you're moving up there, you're moving into a minefield of 2+ D3 mortal wounds, and on a 6 maybe D6, so it's a bit dangerous. Then you've got a 5th tyrant walking up there. You've got 6 other Flyrants deep striking around the board that have good defense against psychic, has minuses against psychic, got good shooting, got good close combat capabilities, got good maneuverability, got good psychic power, good toughness, a 4+ invul. So it's very difficult to take one down.
This is what I said earlier. The Hive Tyrant in the Codex, because he's toughness 7, and because he's got that 4 invulnerable, he's really good at shooting, he's good at combat. He does everything, and I think, personally, I think drop him back to toughness 6 and give him a 5 up in run. Job fixed.
I also think that when the wings is added on, it gives him 3 more wounds. So foot tyrants can be taken at 9 wounds.
Really?
And I think that would be a good reason why you would take a foot tyrant now, because it can be targeted.
If he can hide.
Yeah, and I think that would be perfect and brilliant. Actually, would work in a couple of different fluff situations from Shield Bar Leviathan as well. Because there's a moment there's a moment in it where Flyrant with wings is able to hide amongst a group of gargoyles, so the Blood Angels didn't know what they were facing until it was already too late.
Right.
And then the gargoyles would disperse, and suddenly there's a giant Flyrant in the face. But I just absolutely love that fluff point. But so I feel like the Flyrant shouldn't be 12 wounds. Keep the Swarm Lord at 12 wounds, but maybe take the Flyrant down to maybe 10 so it can be targeted, or take it down to 9 altogether. And of course, I think keep the Swarm Lords in for 4+, and then 3+ in combat, but make that one 5+ would probably be better. And then increase the points cost of the wings or take away the deep strike. Because because the deep strike's what's really doing it for people because they're 9 inches away. So Shattering the Warp's in effect, Smite's in effect. They are now 9 or with Adrenal Glands 8 inches away from a charge.
Yeah.
And if you make the Behemoth, they're going to be re-rolling it. The fucking clause is not as brilliant as you think. They're really not. Example, watch the fucking Necron battle report that's coming out soon.
Language.
I am really... you swore earlier on as well. But it was the Necron one with the claws. The Monsters Rain claws don't cost anything, which I think is a big problem. They're actually 0 points, the Monsters Rain claws, and they just reroll the wound. And on a 6, it's -6 for 3 damage. I think it needs to cost something. So that should be pretty good. Do Tarangods still have the bodyguard ability still? Yes, they do, Jacob, and it's like really awesome. The Tau bodyguard battlesuits, which is there's no reason why you would ever not go for Tau bodyguard battlesuits, because I think it's like 10 points more for like a little bit more leadership and a couple more attacks, but it's like 10 points.
All got an extra attack each because they all Shaz Vrays, aren't they?
Yeah, they're all like sergeants, so it's like, and then they've got the 2+ ability for helping the commander. So there's no reason why you would, because crisis suits are so expensive. There's no reason why you would never take bodyguards.
Oh, Phil.
The Morlocks would come up.
Phil.
Oh yeah.
Look on the stream. Do you like the new painting area?
Yeah.
Look, top shelf with all the other stuff on, and then all the paints are there. I know it's a bit out of focus, but it's because I'm like looking down at my stuff.
Yeah.
Did you see it, by the way?
Yeah, I did, man.
Cool.
And then we've got the Morlocks, and now there's 4 of them, which are 12 rune toughness 6 beasties, so it's hard to move them. They're not looking to get in combat because they've got no minuses or anything like that. It's just normal Silent Towns.
They're there to find a spot to start dishing damage for the Hive Tyrants to then pick apart.
Which tore through the Dark Reaper spam lists.
Yeah.
Like no tomorrow. Because they can get within 1 inch.
Instant mortal wounds really close by.
Yeah. And there's 4 of them, so it's hard to get rid of them all. And if you're focusing on all of them, you're not focusing on the Tyrants. And then they can just burrow down for another turn and pop them the next turn, or even stay alive. Because they're the one exception to before turn 3 they get destroyed type rule. They're the one exception because of FAQs and the way they've done that. It's the same for Swooping Hawks, I believe. But I was like proper gobsmacked with this. I would have to admit, the Devourers, even on their double shots, I don't know whether I would have went with Devourers, but it seemed to have worked. It seemed to have worked. So
the reason that they've gone for Devourers though is weight of dice. If you come across a guard like or Chaos Cultist spam list, because a lot of people are running Alpha Legion with the Cultists, aren't they?
Not Alpha Legion. Emperor's Children, isn't it?
No, it's Alpha Legion.
The one where they go first in combat.
Oh yeah, that's Emperor's Children one. But the one that they were running is the Alpha Legion one, where you just replenish a unit of 40 cultists back to its full health and bring it on at the side of the board.
Because there was one where it just had loads of slashy cultists, and they would always go first in combat, and it was just weight of dice, just took over a lot of this. Whatever. But the Nid list I didn't think was amazing. I thought the dude from the Long Roll had a better Nid list.
Juice.
Yeah, I think Juice had a way better Nid list with the 3 Maguses coming in as well. He still had 3 Flyrants, but he also had Hive Guard. And
3's not bad, really.
Just a 3 on the Hive Guard completely. 144 points for 3 with Impaler Cannons. Maybe increase it a little bit in terms of points, but don't get rid of the Ballista skill. Otherwise, why would anyone not bring an X Crime then? But for starters, every punk out there who thinks the Impaler Cannon's better than the Shock Cannon needs to open their bloody eyes and stop being you sheeple out there, you little sheeps, following tabletop tactics, thinking that the Impaler Cannons are best, when they're not. They're so not. Honestly, the Shock Cannons are better for what you're doing. I mean, the Impaler Cannons are going to do better against infantry, but you're going to have like Gene Stealers or or for the likes of the Devouragons or even your Hive.
Did you have your Gene Stealers, Phil?
Me? What? Sorry?
Did you have your Gene Stealers on Saturday?
Yeah, I did. I had 20.
Sorry.
I've got 60.
Yeah, you do.
I'm bringing 60 next time, right?
Right. Before we get.
But I need to finish defending the Hive Guard.
How are we then?
Right. Imperial Cannon's probably better against infantry, but you got so many other things in the list that's going to be going against infantry, you don't need to bother. These shock cannons are better. For example, the dreaded Drukhari Venom. The annoying 5-up invul.
And -1 to hit.
And -1 a hit.
But a Harlequin Starweaver has a 4-pin vulnerable, Phil.
Yeah, the Imperial Cannons are heavy. The shock cannons are not. But the Imperial Cannon has 12-inch more range and doesn't need line of sight. Okay, cool. Strength 8, -2 D3 damage. Shock Cannon, Strength 7, -1 D3 damage. Okay, you got an extra strength. You got an extra AP. Right? But the one thing the shock cannons have that's better against vehicles is the mortal wounds. And since it's 4-up roll, most vehicles are going to be toughness 7 or toughness 6 with all the Drukhari stuff and Necron stuff.
But toughness 5 on the Drukhari stuff.
On your raiders are toughness 5.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! I really wish you don't go against Imperial fists with heavy bolters. That's not cool. But
all the Harlequin stuff's toughness 5 as well.
Okay, but it still stands. The more wounds are going to get through that invul, which is really annoying, whereas the Imperial cannons aren't. On top of that, it's the mortal wounds in addition, so you also got the chance to still do those D3 mortal wounds, and all you're really fighting against is the extra minus. The only tougher opponent that the Imperial cannon's going to outdo is the likes of a Land Raider or an Imperial Knight. But if you resorted to firing Imperial cannons at an Imperial Knight, I'll just suggest why don't you use the Tyrannofex or Exocrine or even your Hive Tyrants that you got flying about.
I want to point something out, right? Remember when we went to the Battle Bunker tournament and I took the Admech and you took your Nids?
Yes.
What did you do to poor Michael Botterill?
Oh, I did 20 mortal wounds with 6 Hive Guard to his Spartan assault tank and killed it before we even started rolling the rest of the wounds. Example, and no one's seen it. And no one wants to see it. And I don't know why. Because now, that was before the Codex, I could spend 2 command points and fire them again. Doesn't make any sense, man.
Right. Let's move on to Dark Eldar.
No thanks, I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, come on.
No thanks.
No one's talked to me about it.
I don't want to.
Why?
Because I don't want to talk about it.
Are you scared?
No. You're scared.
Of what?
You're scared.
What, of Dark Eldar?
You're scared. People don't want to see it because it's an underground secret so that they don't get nerfed. That's a good point, Jacob. People don't look at it. Jacob wants to talk about Dark Eldar. We don't want you, Jacob. I want to talk about the 4+ invul homunculus.
It's not that bad. Harlequins have a 4-pin gun.
Oh, but it's not on those stupid. What are they called? Not
Talos.
Wrath. Not Talos. What are they? The most annoying thing you brought in 7th. What were they called?
Talos.
No, not Talos.
Grotesque.
Grotesques.
They do mortal wounds, you know.
Hit them. Hit them.
They were so good in 7th. Nobody liked Talos or Grotesques in 7th, and I bloody loved them. How often did I run the Corpse Thief or the Grotesquerie?
Oh, Vandus, the Grotesques are just horrible in 7th, man. It's the fact that it was like, oh, they've got 3, a leadership 3. Oh, I'll psychic them to death. And then they were just like fearless, or they had like the dude nearby giving them his own leadership. And it was like, but you can spam mortal wounds with Hive Guard. I know that. I've fought 9 of them in a row. But you can spam mortal wounds with Hive Guard. I don't think you can say spam because it only works on vehicles. And that's the way they really getting the damage in. It's not like it's a D6 damage. If you're lucky, you can get the 6 to wound, you get D3 instead of just the 1. But that's quite rare. It's just you're just getting those wounds through, and because what if someone has really good saves on that Land Raider, or really good saves on Venom, for example, because it's got the invul against Imperial cannons, and you don't get that damage through. At least with the mortal wounds, I'm doing some sort of effect, and if it's not killing it, then I'm not like getting degraded or feel a bit poopy because I'm still doing damage. I'm still doing effect to it. Mortal wounds is the key in this game, much like in Age of Sigmar, with the importance of having invul saves in the game. Age of Sigmar needs invul saves. I really do feel like that way. I think shock is only better versus vehicles, but I don't see many vehicles in the current meta. I see loads of vehicles in the current meta.
Oh my god, James Fusco ran 3 Bane Blades, 2 Manticores, and...
No, those Blade Blades weren't his.
Oh, right. Well, he had 6 Basilisk and 2 Manticores in a guard list.
Yeah, and two Manticores, and then loads of... someone brought 3 Bane Blades, and I think came 6th.
Was that Ali?
No, it was that dude who complained about the flyers.
Oh, Peter Seamus.
Yeah, Peter Seamus, that dude. Because it started off with all these battling tournaments, and he was Black Templar, but now he's Guard. So I don't know how, that happened. But it's Eric. Eric won with that Eldar list that looked a lot similar to Lawrence's, but without the flyers.
Right.
At least I didn't see the flyers in the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
But it looked like it was like Wave Serpents. I think he might have had like Night Spinners in. I'm unsure. I wish I could see all the lists. I know Fusco's list, and Fusco's list was good, but he kept it quite themed as well. It's like all of his guard squads were like last cannons with a plasma gun, and I was like, whoa, plasma gun? You don't see them often. You see the last cannons all the time, but I mean, he had his sentinels in there, and he had mortars galore. That was crazy. Mortal wounds is clearly not the key to the game. Definitely not. There's a little bit more tactics to the side of 40k than it is to Sigmar, in my opinion. I don't think shooting in Sigmar is very prevalent. I think it's more combat based. I saw that list. Talos,
I need to paint my daughters a Kane, man, so bad.
Talos are looking great.
I haven't got time because I'm trying to keep up with all the releases.
Yeah. I'm painting up an Imperial Fist Terminator right now.
Way.
An Imperial Fist Terminator that's going on the base of my mouse after.
Phil?
One you get in the box. The one that...
Can we tell them about what we're planning to do in May?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going back down to Warhammer World in May to see good old Tony, because Phil couldn't make it last time, could you?
No.
So we're going down to see Tony. Lucy's not coming this time, but I will be taking Lucy Slanesh. And why will I be taking Lucy Slanesh, Phil? Okay, I'll rephrase this. Which Chaos armies does Phil have? I'm gonna let the viewers guess. Which Chaos armies does Phil have? Come on, guys.
Phil, make sure you use them to give an Imperial Fisting with no lube.
Love it. Jacob says you've got dick ones. Well, considering he had all of these models, apart from the new Nurgle characters, before the release of any of the battle tomes or anything, or the release of the Codex, no. I'll defend you, Phil, don't worry.
Hey?
I'll defend you.
About what?
Jacob saying you've got dick demons?
You got dick demons.
I do. Me hounds have dicks.
Huh?
You know me flesh hounds?
No.
They've got dicks?
Steven said Zinch and Nurgle.
Yes. Phil has Zinch and Nurgle. What Chaos Army do I have?
Zinch and Nurgle.
I don't have Zinch and Nurgle.
Oh. Zinch and Nurgle. Malik.
I have Corn.
Malice.
Lucy has Slanesh.
Malice.
Between 3 of us, we have all 4 gods.
Malice.
What army would be suitable to take on 4 different gods of demons all at once?
Malice.
There's only one army for the job, Phil.
Malice.
There's only one army for the job.
Malice.
Which army is that, Phil?
Malice. Harry has booby demons. Grey
That's
Knights.
right, James. Grey Knights. And who has Grey Knights?
Phil does.
And Tony does.
Oh, well. Seraphon.
Yeah, so basically, we're going to let Tony go at the Four Gods of Chaos demon list at Warhammer World, hopefully on the big giant Chaosy Fort table.
Yeah, 4 Chaos gods all settling their differences and coming together to defeat the almighty... why has booby demons and horned rats? I've seen too much to know where this is going. Yeah, it'd be quite fun. I wish I was taking my nets, but you know.
Yeah, this is good. This will be epic though. However, like we do have some stratagems to deal with them, so I'm thinking a brigade of each.
Phil, how Crimson Fist were born. No lube.
Are you drunk, Phil?
I made an Imperial Fist list today.
You what?
I actually made an Imperial Fist list today, and I'm quite happy with it.
Whoa, are you going to use your salamanders and turn them into Imperial Fists now?
No, I'm thinking about doing both at the same time.
Okay, so what happened to your salamanders? Where are they?
It's more of the... Because like if getting the Star Collecting boxes, I'm only using the Dreadnoughts or the Salamanders, so I've got all these Marines. And I'm going to use the Marines as like Imperial Fists, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and then I'm not using the las cannons in my Salamanders, so I'm going to use them in the Imperial Fists. So it's sort of like the stuff I'm not using in my Salamanders stuff is going towards the Imperial Fist list.
Right, but what about your Lamenters?
The Lamenters are dead. I don't give a shit about them.
But they're here at mine waiting to be sprayed.
Yeah, but the old Blood Angel Dreadnoughts, aren't they? So
yeah.
Really. There's no way I could really use them in any army other than Blood Angels.
You could use the Death Company ones as chaplains.
Nah, I don't want to use a chaplain Dreadnought.
Why? It gets to reroll failed
Doesn't make any
hits.
sense. It doesn't make any sense, Harry.
It's a chaplain in a Dreadnought, just like the Libby Dread is a librarian in a Dreadnought.
It's on my list, Harry. I want no space for it.
You are?
I've got no space for it. I've struggled as it is.
Well, come and get them then.
I mean, if you'd have spray them yellow.
Okay. I'll spray them this weekend for you.
Because you said you were going to spray them in your good old air thingy, where it is.
Oh, yeah, the airbrush. I forgot about that.
The way air thingy. We'll just make like a studio army or whatever. I don't care. Yeah, my Imperial Fist list I'm quite happy about. Look, it seems quite fun. It seems like, oh, Imperial Fists, eh? They don't have good rules. Well, I'll show you. But it is, it's just a battalion, a spearhead, and a fortification network.
Their rules just ignore cover, and that's it, isn't it?
And then they can reroll ones against buildings.
Nah. They should have just given them bolt the drill, reroll ones for bolt weapons.
Their specific warlord trait's not bad. Which is a 6-inch bomb on the warlord, and they get doubly effective cover from all -1 AP or better or worse weapons. Which isn't bad actually when you think about it. Because like, for example, your poison, I'm going to be getting +2 to my save whilst in cover. Which, if you think about it, it's not bad. And then on a -1, I'm still going to get just 2+ save and cover.
Yeah.
So they can be very defensive, which makes sense. And then they take away your cover on top of that, so you can't hide from them, but they can hide from you. Which I like that sort of feel that. And then their specific relic, which is a 2-shot strength 5 -1 2 damage pistol, which is pretty good. Oh no, I think it's just a strength 4 -1 damage pistol. I'm unsure. But I'll be taking 2 relics in this list. I'll be spending 4 command points before the game starts. One making a captain, a chapter master. and the other one taking another relic because I just couldn't decide between the two. But it's a Sky Shield landing pad with my captain with a chainsaw and mastercrafted bolt gun on it, a librarian, and then I've got a sided. I was going to use the intercessor squads with the stalker, but the long rifles. Are they the stalkers? And auxiliary grenade launcher in there as well. I think that'd be quite fun because they're all about bolters, and they only really have bolters at their disposal, so pretty good. And then 2 tac squads with a melter gun, and the sergeants have storm bolters, and they're going inside 2 razorbacks with heavy bolters. Then an apothecary and a company engine is also going to be on the Sky Shield landing pad. And then 2 devastator squads. One of them's in the spearhead with a sergeant, a storm bolter, 2 normal marines, and then 2 las cannons. I love it. James, I'll slap you. We just became best friends today. James. Don't. I really want the Primarch's Wrath. It's pretty cool. It turns your mastercrafted bolt gun into basically a 24-inch storm bolter. Well, storm bolters are 24 inches. That's quite funny. But it's strength 5 -1 for 2 damage, so it's pretty cool. And then 2 rapier carriers with quad heavy bolters. Primaris Lieutenant, Captain Lysander with a 5-man normal Terminator squad with a heavy assault cannon, and then a Relic Dorado Dreadnought with the twin heavy bolt of the Plasma Carronade, and the Atomatic Pavures. I can't even say that one. But that Atomatic Pavures on the Dreadnought, Harry, it's a 6-inch bubble of all chapter units get a 5-up invul.
Wow.
And the Sky Shield landing pad already gives that. So what's the deal is everything sets up on the Sky Shield landing pad, bar the 2 Razorbacks and maybe another unit in a building next to it, and the bubble from the Dorado gives them the invul as well. And then on top of that, I've already got the Warlord trait giving me all my buffs to my cover. I won't get it as such on the Sky Shield landing pad because the landing pad's toughness 8 with 20 wounds. So when that's destroyed, I'm still going to have the buffs on the cover. But I think I'm going to go with the 6-inch bubble of dudes, wound on a 6, get an extra AP. And then that means that I've got a better AP on all my bolters and that. But basically everything's got a 5 invul and everything's ignoring cover and things like that. That's not quite like it because it's just a big castle, which is what they are. They are hiding in that big castle. And then I've got my contingent of the melter guns and the little razorbacks shooting up the field, and that's the sort of siege stuff with the Lysander coming down and the Terminators. I feel like I've really encapsulated the feel of Imperial Fists. I was going to go with a Leviathan instead of Dorado, but the Leviathan's range means that I don't really want to leave it in a castle because its longest weapons range 24 inches. So otherwise I would have went with the Grav, but I don't want to be sending it all the way out there. I may change it up and have the one with like the siege drills because then that would make more sense, but whatever. But because the Sky Shield landing pad is a unit you can destroy, it means I'm safe from all versions of Smite whilst on that thing, because the closest unit will be the Sky Shield landing pad.
I like it.
And then I think Techmarines could heal it.
I think so.
I've got one in the list.
And if you actually play the chapter approved missions for what they're called, like Stronghold Assault and stuff, there's like loads of really cool stratagems that you can do as well. You can increase its save by 1 and things like that.
Mm.
Lucy had a 3+ save Supremacy Railgun.
Oh, fuck no.
Yep. That was in the narrative.
Stop running your freaking Warlord into the middle of the enemy on turn 1. Oh, no, the Warlord is going to be turned into a Chapter Master for rerolling all failed hits. And I think I'm probably going to give him the Primarch's Wrath. If not, because he's just a standard captain, because I just didn't have the points to turn him into a Terminator or anything like that, I will be giving him the armor and Dominus. But I think I always will be taking the banner, because I've got a castle, so it makes perfect sense for me to have the banner there.
What, the Chapter Ancient banner?
Yeah, the better banner that can bring people back and
on a 3+ and get
no, Bandits! I don't want the shield. It takes up a weapon slot, man. I want it. I want the Eternal Shield.
Can we
I know
talk about Dark Eldar now?
I know it's good, Vandus. I understand. I was actually thinking about it and using Pollux as my captain, but Pollux has a power fist with an inbuilt bolt combi melter bolter thing and a storm shield, and I can't take all those three things on a captain in 40k. So I would either have to go power fist and shield, or shield and combi melter, or combi melter and power fist. But he's got this big massive shield, so it makes sense to have the shield. So maybe I'll try it, whatever. And then if he throws a high tyrant on you, he's dead. Tyrant won't be able to fit into the Sky Shield landing pad, my friend. He can try, but it's going to be very cluttered in there already. Intercessors, Devastators, Dreadnought, other characters. I don't think there'll be room. Yeah, but my Salamander one's more of like a pushing forward and getting into the mix.
However, when you complete either of these armies and bring them to the table, I will eat my hair.
Maybe. I mean, I'm looking forward to doing the aggressor bomb with Vulcan, which is a unit of 6 aggressors, using all their flame weapons, but getting fire twice with them, and then Vulcan allows them to reroll their filter wounds. And then you used the Salamander specific stratagem called Flamecraft to add 1 to the wound roll. Yeah, James Jones just mentioned something there that makes me feel like you were being sarcastic, Harry, because you don't have any hair.
Mainly, I don't expect to see them, Phil, because no offense, you always go back to your Tyranids.
I am on my Tyranids right now.
See?
Because I just want to get my 2K Force thing. I think I like that one quite well. But I'm quite worried in case it can actually even get there. It's a fun one. It's a fun list. And I didn't realize how much Psychic it has in it until the end.
Phil?
Yeah?
Can we talk Dark Eldar yet?
No?
Why?
Because I don't want to.
But I want to.
So?
Please?
No.
Pretty please?
No. Do you want to know what's in my new Tyranid list?
Hurry then.
And then we'll talk about Dark Elder. Does that make you feel better?
Yes.
All right. So of course it's Leviathan, Harry, because there's no other way to go.
Awesome.
Well, there is, but there's no other way to go. Let's not dwell on it. 3 detachments, Harry. Can you guess what 3 detachments it is?
Supreme Command, Supreme Command, Supreme Command.
No, you got them all wrong.
Spearhead, Spearhead, Spearhead.
All wrong.
Brigade.
The 3 detachments, Harry.
Vanguard. Outrider.
And
Spearhead.
you got one of them right.
Oh God! Just tell me. I don't know.
It's a battalion and 2 vanguards. Phil, would you ever do Death Guard or 1,000 Suns to have the Nurglings each? I do have that. Well, what I do have, James, is 2 plastic-built grey Primarchs and Ahriman. And then I was thinking about getting into the Zangor stuff, but I think I'm going to wait until I finish painting my nids and decide whether I'm going to go the Chaos Space Marine route or the Loyalist route. And I think because I've got the majority of Salamanders, I might just go the Salamanders. But I think I would, because I got the Ahriman as like a present off my mum, and then I got the 2 Primarchs. So I'm sort of like I might not. I don't really like the Primarchs because there's just so many points. I just feel like there's other stuff I would want. Because like for Magnus, I can get like loads of Skyfires in there that probably could do the same. But Magnus is definitely pretty good. But he's just going to be bullet magneted, and it's like, can you really get all of Magnus out or all of Mortarion out? Because you're just suicide bombing them. It just doesn't. I'm a bit about it. I think if I was to do either one, it'll be 1,000 Suns. But those crawlers, those £15 clip together crawlers from Death Guard, are cute as hell. I really want them. They're just expensive as hell. Like they're just 15 quid, but like 150 points for like a missile launcher and multi-melter. Little platform thing. But it looks cute, and it's a demon Nurgle unit, so it can be affected by my demon Nurgle stuff, which is pretty interesting. But yeah, Harry, it's a battalion and 2 Vanguard. The battalion is made up of 2 Broodlords. One will have the perfectly adapted Warlord trait, which is the Leviathan specific one, which basically you can re-roll a single dice. It's basically that, but it's got more restrictions. His Sire Power is Psychic Scream. Well, both of them have that, and then the other Broodlord has the Imago factor. And then we've got 3 units of 15 Gene Stealers with 3 Acid Maulers in each, and then a unit of 4 Hive Guard with shock cannons and adrenal glands because I have the spare points. And then we go into my Vanguard, which is a Neurothrope with Onslaught, and then 3 times 3 units of Zoanthropes, one with a Horror, one with Paroxysm, one with Dominion. That's to do the special stratagem, Harry. The special little stratagem, which is you pick a Zoanthrope unit that's 6 inches within another 2 units with at least 3 models in, and then you pick a point on the board 18 inches away, and every unit within 3 inches of that you roll a dice for, and on a 4 it suffers 3d3 mortal wounds.
Yeah.
For 1 command point. And then the other one is a Neurothrope with Catalyst, 2 Maliceptors with adrenal glands with the Horror and Catalyst, and then 4 Venomthropes, and that's it.
How many Zoanthropes have you actually got at the minute?
I can run that entire list right now.
Wow.
It's just not painted. I've got that many Zoanthropes, Harry. I've got 9 Zoanthropes and 2 Neurothropes. And I've got 5 Venomthropes, but I'm only running 4 in that list. Not painted as in both Maliceptors are painted, but one isn't based. 6 Zoanthropes and 1 Neurothrope is painted. The one set of the 15 Dream Stealers is 10-man finished. I've got another 5-man right here on my painted desk. And then 1 Broodlord is done as well. The Hive Guard needs to be updated, and then the Venomthropes need to be done from scratch. Like, I need to finish off building the Venomthropes, actually. But like, I'm also doing other stuff at the same time. Like, I've got one of my Tranifex is almost done here as well. But I want to run that list because I feel like that list could do really well.
James says take the Maw-Claws of Thyrax.
You only need to kill a model to get reroll misses. No, I will not listen to you, James. I'd rather take the Imago factor and hopefully get the extra attack. I don't really. There's not much. Actually, honestly, I don't think I'm very fond of many of the Tyrannid relics. It's just not appealing. The Leviathan one relic is good, but it's only on monsters' bone swords, and in that list I don't have any, or have any way of getting any. The Imago factor can give me multitudes of different amazing abilities, whereas the Maw-Claws, I have to slay a model to get the buff, whereas the Imago factor I'll always have the buff. So I just feel like it'll be better. And plus I'm already hitting on 2s with the Broodlord, so I'm not too fussed. If I am to change anything, I'll probably go with the Norn Crown. But with the amount of sign-ups I've got there, I don't think I really need it either. I guess I'll try either one, James. But the Miasma Cannon is ace. There's no model in that list that can take it, man. So, sucks there, right? Kraken is nice. Yeah, but I'm painting them up like Leviathan there. So, because I hit the Blood Angels. Norn Crown is wank. No, Norn Crown's not bad, mate. I mean, especially since Synapse isn't too bad, you can take you could just basically take very, very, very few synapse creatures, and then you don't need to worry about being in synapse at all, because as long as they're 30 inches that synapse creature, they won't ever get the negatives. It's just the fearless that won't be there. The one I like, the Baleful Cannon's not bad, because it's just like the normal infantry killer cannon, strength 7 -1, 2 damage, assault d6. You add ones to your rolls against 10 or more models and vulnerable saves. So that's one of my favorites. I just can't take it because I'm not Kronos. And then the Reaper Obliterax, which is on a 6 with the monstrous bone sword, with Lash Rip or bone swords. You can inflict double damage. The Gorgon one's not bad, which is if I was playing Gorgon, I would take Hyper Adapted Biology on my Turvagon. As soon as the Turvagon takes a wound, it adds 1 to its toughness and becomes toughness 9. And then the Chameleonic Mutation, which is a Kraken model, you just subtract 1 from all ranged weapons that are fire rated as well. So there's a lot of good ones, but they're just focused on one dude, man. It's not cool. Do you get to bring any size unit through the Tyranid Tunnel? Yeah, as long as it's infantry troops, I believe. Blood Angels love Leviathan so much that they let them live for a while longer. Well, it wasn't Blood Angels that killed them, was it? It was a Khorne Demon to protect the Blood Angels because he wants to kill them himself. Thanks, GW, for that great fluff. And it was also the Ultramarines that came in and saved the Blood Angels, because the Blood Angels couldn't do the job themselves because they're pathetic and weak. I'm dissing you, Harry. I'm dissing you. Just been dissing you, Harry, and your army. Acknowledge me! Loud noises!
I will not rise to your puny attempts at provocation.
Alright, we just won't talk about Dark Eldar.
I'll lay the smackdown all over you with your Blood Angels. I will tear the Hive Tyrant and the Swarm Lord a new one and send him back from whence he came. And you shall remain until you are complete again.
Fair. Yeah, but it wasn't Calgar coming and telling him to hold his beer, was it? It was Gorman. Because he seemed to be at the other universe at the same time. like, oh god, the Blood Angels have been split off from the Imperium because of the Great Rift. Oh no, here comes Killiman to save the day. Such stupid storylines, man.
Do you know what I don't like? The fact that Dante is basically second in command in the Imperium, right? Yeah, he's 250 points, and he doesn't even give you a command point, doesn't give you any form of stratagem or anything, and he's basically way overcosted. His axe doesn't even do three damage, man. It's D3, and it shouldn't be.
Suck it up, you Blood Angel punk, right? Why don't you go and cry about your fabulous Hawk Boy to someone who cares? Dante is old, hence no rules, lol.
Can we go and talk to Vect about it?
I wish Vect was actually in 40k.
Same.
But which Homunculus Coven's faction are you going for, Harry? The Coven of 12?
No.
Is it the Dark Creed?
No, but I do like that one.
Or is it the Prophets of Flesh?
I had this discussion with Lucy, and I was like, which one would you choose? Because I don't feel like the Creed, the Dark Creed, is that good. You've got to really build your army around leadership, woman. And as Jacob knows, it doesn't work because there's so many things that are either fearless or, oh look, am I ending? Only one runs.
What about the Dark Creed stratagem, though?
What was it? I can't remember.
You select a Dark Creed unit to shoot with in the shooting phase, and until the end of the phase, models in that unit can target enemy characters, even if they're not the closest enemy unit.
I do like that.
The Covenant 12 is quite nice, which is the armor penetrator penetration characteristic of all melee weapons is increased.
Mikey says, leave Harry alone. His shit jokes got us all an early bat rep from Tabletop Tactics last night. I was talking to Lawrence for quite a bit afterwards, actually.
What happened?
He put a thing up saying, oh, in the morning, this will be released. And I was like, oh, I've got to paint 2 night armigers. I'm going to pull an all-nighter. And they do the shit jokes like that. And I was like, oh, come on, even that's like Lawrence-worthy puns, these.
All right.
And then he caved and basically released the bat rep for everyone at like 11:30 last night.
The Covenant 12 stratagem is...
That stratagem's really, really good.
1 command point. Select the Covenant 12 unit from your army to shoot within the shooting phase. Till the end of the phase, models in that unit can target enemy units that are within 1 inch of friendly Covenant 12 units. But each time you roll a hit roll of 1 for such attack, is instead resolved against one of your Covenant 12 units that is within 1 inch of the target. Weapons that hit automatically roll d6 for each hit. On a 1 or a 3, the hit is resolved against one of your units. And on a 4+, the hit is resolved against the target. The stratagem cannot be used if the shooting unit is itself within 1 inch of an enemy unit. So, how is that good, Harry?
Okay, maybe I was thinking of a different one. The one where you shoot the character.
Yeah, that was the Dark Creed. This one's the Covenant of 12.
Right.
The Covenant of 12 is the one where all melee weapons are increased by 1.
Yeah, I like that one, but Lucy prefers the 4+ one.
Well, the thing is, the Covenant 12 one will make your pain engines really good and your grotesque really good. I don't really think it will help with your racks, but the rest of the stuff.
Which one's this? The increase AP by 1?
Yeah, all your melee weapons increase by 1, yeah.
Yeah, it means racks have -1 AP.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if I was taking that, I'll be taking it because I'll be taking off the Talos pain engine, the grotesque.
Oh, yeah, the Talos.
I won't be taking a full rack army and going that one and going, my racks are amazing now. I do like that coven though is like red skinned, like it's almost like lava based. The Dark Reed like all like sickly green and yellow, and I just don't like that at all. And then the Prophets of Flesh looks like it's like Yuri Rakov's one.
That was my other joke. Mikey's just said it there. Because I was painting Mars Knight, I'm going to call for assistance.
Oh, great. Great. But so you're going with the Prophets of Flesh, which is the model has this obsession and vulnerable save conferred by insensible to pain abilities increased to full plus. Is insensible to pain ability the one that gives them 6+ info?
No, it's a 6 of feel no pain.
Alright. So you lose your feel no pain, but you get the 4+ info.
No.
But the invaluable save conferred by insensible pain is increased to 4. And that is then vulnerable save conferred. So does that mean you've lost your 6 of feel no pain?
I need the index. Give me a sec. It's been a while since I looked at them because I haven't played them since that time when Chat Recruit came out and we did that 1,000-point game.
Yeah, because insensible to pain is increased to 4+, and it says then vulnerable save conferred by it. So.
Wait there. I'm looking for the index, but I don't know where it is. I know I left it out because it's one of the last ones that I need.
So, you know, it's 1.
Right, I've got it here. Give me a sec. Right, insensible to pain is the invulnerable save.
So everyone has like a 6 invul, right?
No, everyone has a 5 of invul.
Right, okay. So that all the homunculus stuff gets a 4 invul, and then you've got the stratagem, the specific stratagem, which is you pick a Prophets of Flesh Rax unit, and you remove it from the battlefield and set it up again at its full start and strength, holding within 6 inches of an edge of the battlefield and more than 9 inches away from enemy models. That's pretty good.
It's all right. Now, out of them, personally, I would go for the more killy one. I would go for the -1 AP. Lucy prefers the +1.
You also got the Warlord trait. The Warlord trait's revealed for this one. And the Prophet is once per battle, you can reroll a single hit roll, wound roll, saving roll, or damage roll for your Warlord. In addition, if your army is Battleforge, roll a d3 before the battle begins, and you gain a number of additional command points equal to the result, which I think boosts that up. But we don't know what the Warlord traits are for the other two, and they could be insanely good. You never know.
Actually, we do know some of them.
I honestly think if I'm looking for the most like thing that feels like Coven units, that feels like Homunculus Covens, it is Prophets of Flesh, because always these big chunky flesh stuff that's hard to move. I don't really feel like, of course they do have that sort of terror aspect, and of course they do have that sort of arm penetration aspect. But I bet no one knew who the Coven of 12 was, or the Dark Reed was, or the Prophets of Flesh was, unless you're diehard fans, right? And most people who look at them all will look at Prophets of Flesh because of Urian Rakoff.
Well, I knew Prophets of Flesh, and I knew the Dark Reed.
And that's what I'm saying for Homunculus Covens, because it just didn't. In my opinions, you only just thought, oh, it's just Homunculus Covens. I never thought of it like there was factions in them at all. And
no, I knew there was.
Yeah, and then when they had that supplement book, that Covens or something like that.
Yeah,
it's called Homunculus Covens.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always just thought, oh, it's just the Homunculus is just one big sub faction, just one big group. And there's not factions in there, but it turns out there is.
See, I knew this all along.
I thought they were just all called the Prophets of Flesh.
Nope.
I didn't think there was the Dark Reed or the Coven of 12. And so I'm interested to see if there's any at all, like what's the differences in fluff between them. But the Urian Rakoff one, I expect most people to go with, and that one being probably the better one in terms of rules means that that's probably going to be the one picked.
Yeah.
That's how far that.
I'm sure some of the other Warlord traits and stuff have been revealed. Which was the one that Lawrence used? I can't remember.
Well, he didn't use Homunculus Covens, did he?
No, but I mean the
that was
Archon ones.
I'm not looking at them, Harry.
All right, sorry.
I'm looking because you can. It's because if you take hold on a sec. Let me get the actual thing up. It's if you take.
What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to spend the stratagem.
Yeah. So here it is. If your army includes at least 3 Drukhari patrol detachments, you get +4 command points. If it includes 6 or more, you get 8 plus command points. And then there is use this stratagem before the battle. If your warlord is an Archon, choose up to 1 homunculus and up to 1 succubus from your army, and generate a warlord trait for each character you choose. So if you took an Archon as your warlord, and you've got homunculus stuff and witch cult stuff, and you've got a homunculus unit and your succubus unit, you can spend 1 command point and get a warlord trait for each of them as well. And Lawrence didn't do that because you didn't have a homunculus unit.
What was the homunculus warlord trait that we just mentioned? Oh, D3 command points.
Yeah, an extra D3 command points.
Oh, look, I've automatically got an extra 2 warlord traits.
Except that there's a tax there of your warlord needs to be an Archon. It's not a keyword. It is an Archon. And I don't think there's any special characters of an Archon anyway, so I don't know whether that matters.
Nope.
But then you also have to have 1 homunculus and 1 succubus, but they are keyworded. They're like bolded out keyworded. So them two you need to have, and I think it's only succubus and then homunculus could be Urian Rakoff or something like that. But you would have to have one of each of them 3, which means you would have to have a patrol attachment of each of those 3 available to you. Well,
guess what, Phil? That is exactly what we're doing tomorrow.
Cool. The likes of the Cabal, the only ones I haven't looked at them yet, but the only ones I remember is the Serpent's Kiss and no, not the serpent's kiss. What the fucking called? Poison. It's a snake.
Poison tongue.
Poison tongue. Right. Okay. And then the flayed skull.
So the flayed skull's the one that Lawrence used, which is
Yes.
reroll hits of a 1 for rapid fire and heavy weapons if they
And,
have fly or an embarked upon fly.
And the one that's got like a heart as an icon as well. I remember that one. So the snake, the heart, and then the flayed skull. They're the only ones I remember.
I can't remember the fourth one. So basically, that one was the flayed skull, but you ignore cover as well and gain an extra 3-inch movement.
Yeah. Let me get on War McCurry here.
You
hit.
Cabal of the Black Heart, you count it as being 1 turn higher than what it is for Power from Pain, but your vehicles also essentially get Spirit Stones.
Yeah, units of this obsession have the power that have the Power from Pain ability. Treat the current battle round as being 1 higher than it actually is when determining the bonuses they gain. Units of this obsession that do not have the Power from Pain ability instead gain the inured to suffering bonuses. What's that? What's inured to suffering bonuses?
6 up, feel no pain.
All right, okay, cool. And then you've got a standalone Drukhari stratagem that can be used in any Drukhari stuff, which is you can only use it if you haven't used the Webway Portal stratagem. And you set up a Drukhari vehicle in the sky.
Hang on, you can't use the Webway stratagem and that.
Use this stratagem during deployment if you have not used the Webway Portal stratagem this battle. You can set up a Drukhari vehicle from your army that can fly in the sky instead of placing it on the battlefield. It could descend at the end of any of your movement phases, set it up anywhere on the battlefield more than 9 inches away from enemy models, and blah, blah, blah. And then their Waller trait is whilst your Waller's alive, roll a d6 each time you or your opponent spends a command point, use a stratagem. You gain 1 command point for each roll for 6. And that's the flayed skull one. The Black Art. And then the poison tongue. Here's the snake one.
Reroll wounds of a 1 with poison weapons.
Yeah. I remember this one, which is reroll the 1s for weapons. It doesn't apply for artifacts of cruelty. I think that one's probably the better one. And then that one, and then Splinter Axe is back.
Yeah, Splinter Axe is just for raiders. It's 10 points, and any 6s that you roll to hit from the guys inside count as 2 hits.
Yeah, and then you got Soul Seeker, which is Cabal the Poison Tongue Archon with a Splinter Pistol, and it replaces the Archon Splinter Pistol with a Poison 2-shot pistol, 18 inches, minus 1 d3 damage. And you add 2 to the wound rolls made for this weapon unless it's targeting a vehicle. So it's a 2 plus Poison, minus 1 d3 damage, 18-inch pistol 2 weapon. That can target characters. And you don't get any bonuses for your saving throws of being in cover.
What was the 4th Cabal?
So you got the flayed skull, which is the add 3 inches to move characteristics for all models that can fly, and you reroll hit rolls of 1 whilst you're embarked on the transport. And their specific stratagem is you select a flayed skull unit to shoot with in the shooting phase, and until the end of the phase, add 1 to all hit rolls to that unit's attacks that target units that can fly. And then blasters have changed from d3 damage to d6.
Hang on. I'm missing a Cabal here.
Yeah. I'm getting through shit here. Calm down. Slow your horses. Yeah. So the blaster changed. Did it change in points as well?
Yeah, it went up to 17, but it's d6 damage.
Yeah. So that's good, I guess. And then the Obsidian Rose.
That's it.
The range of all assault, rapid fire, and heavy weapons is increased by 6 inches. It does not apply to eye bursts or artifacts of cruelty. And their specific stratagem is if a unit fails a morale test, select the model, which models will flee, but before removing them, each can either shoot as if it were the shooting phase or make a single close combat attack as if it were the fight phase. Any enemy models are slain by these attacks, none of the models flee from your unit. If no enemy models were slain, the fleeing models are removed as normal. I like that one.
It's really good.
Imagine if Necrons had that one. That would be upsetting. Their Waller trait is on an Archon. Oh no, it's a relic, which is the Armor of Misery. I remember that nonsense
-2 leadership within 6.
from seventh edition. It gives the wearer a 3+ save characteristic, and you subtract 1 from hit rolls when fighting in the fight phase. Caused me very much misery. And then you put Sliff nearby to intercept the hit. Out of all them, out of the ones I remember, I love the Poison Tongue. I love the Viper sort of sense to it and the green hair that they have. It's pretty cool.
I think the Flayed Skull is the better one. However, I will be playing Blackheart.
I think the Poison Tongue is better than Flayed Skull.
See, I think Ignore Cover and reroll once to hit and move 3 inches further. You get so much for it.
I also think Obsidian Rose is pretty. I think they're all good, to be honest. I think it's very hard to tell which one could do better.
I think right. The reason that the Vect one sneaks ahead for me is 1, feel no pain on vehicles. 2, stratagems. 3, relics.
Well, we haven't seen some of the others' warlord traits and relics as well, because you haven't seen the Black Heart relic.
I have.
All right. Well, calm down, Harry. And then the witches. I know of one witch cult, which is the Red Grief. I don't know which one I'm stuck.
Cult of Strife, and I can't remember the other one.
Let me just load up here. The first one is Curse Blade.
Yeah, that's the other one.
Increase the strength characteristic by 1. In addition, when a unit with this obsession fails a morale test, only 1 bottle flees. Fuck you, Jacob! Even more stuff to make you rendered useless. Quite funny. That is quite funny. Oh, that witch cult. Only 1 dude running away. That's really funny. The strength is pretty good, because majority of them are strength 3, right? Like all witch stuff. And then you could get combat drugs, right? That can make them even more strength.
Yes, so you can choose a combat drug for each unit until you've chosen one of each. Then you can start something again, or you can just randomize it.
So you could have like a big unit of witches at strength 4, and then give them the combat drug to make them strength 5, and then use the stratagem to double it to make them strength 6.
Or you could go the Cult of Strife for +1 attack, which means your witches then have 5 attack space. No. 4 attack space. Give them the +1 attack drug, means they've got 5. Use the stratagem to double it, meaning they've got 6 each.
And then the relic for Cursed Blade is on a succubus only. Roll a d6 if the bearer is slain in the fight phase. On a 2+, the unit that killed this model suffers d6 mortal wounds. That's pretty good. The Spectacle of Murder. Increase the attacks of this model's obsession by 1. When they were charged, or made a heroic intervention. Yes. Oh, and all the witches have... Yeah, so this is what I'm saying, Harry. Previously, they had a 6-up invul save because of dodge. Now...
No, they did not have it.
Oh, no, wait. It's a 6-up invul save when they're not in combat, sorry.
Yeah, which they never used to have.
And then their stratagem is if a unit was destroyed by an enemy unit in the shooting or fight phase, if it was destroyed in the shooting phase, the unit can immediately shoot an additional time. If it was in the fight phase, it can attack additional time. That's 3 command points. Cult of the Red Grief.
Best one.
Units with Deception can charge in the same turn as they advanced. They can reroll failed charge rolls to this unit with Obsession.
All I'll say, right, is 18-inch moving Reavers, 8-inch assault move, then still charge and re-roll. That is faster than Harlequins. Harlequins get to go 24. Harlequins get to go 24 and still charge because of Rising Crescendo. So it makes me wonder, Phil, right? If these guys are getting this now, right? What are harlequins going to get?
And then the other stratagems, Crucible or Malediction.
Oh, that's terrible.
It's a powerful fucking, powerful stratagem.
Good luck getting in position to use it.
Select a monk-less unit from your army, roll d6 for each psychic unit within 12 inches. On a 4th, the unit being rolled for suffers d3 mortal wounds. You can only use it once per battle. Against my nid list there would really hurt. Soul Trap. Use this stratagem when an Archon from your army kills an enemy character in the fight phase. It can increase the attack, strength, and leadership characteristic of the Archon by 1 for the remainder of the battle. I'm really upset that some of these old upgrades are getting moved to stratagems.
Mm-hmm.
It happened with Farsight Enclaves, with
Fusion Blades.
Tau with Fusion Blades. That was really upsetting.
Hang on. Matej Pisa says, hi there, how many points cost Beast and Court of Archon models? No idea about the Court of the Archon models, unfortunately. Vandus, the Soul Trap used to be good. Absolutely. Phil, how many times have I used the Soul Trap and a Husk Blade to get me Archon to like strength 6, 7, 8? Oh,
you did it on a Turvagon. You Soul Trap my Turvagon one time. And it made me really upset because you became like a beast. But I remember I did that once to John ages and ages ago, and then he was able to kill a great unclean one. So it was so good last time. That seems terrible.
I need some sponge.
So how do you know about all these Dark Eldar, Harry?
How?
Yeah.
Because I read the Dark City.
I don't know what that is, sorry.
It's a Dark Eldar forum.
Oh, we have that for Tyranids.
You what?
We have that for Tyranids.
Do you?
You have to know the fluff to find it, though.
So, the reason I'll be running Vect thingy is because the relic...
I want a Vect model.
What?
I want a Vect model.
Oh, I know. I was looking on eBay the other day, but it was like 150 quid, and I was like, no.
I'm just mean like back in 40k, man.
Yeah, I know. I need some foam, god damn it.
Huh?
Some sponge.
Sponge?
Yeah, I need some sponge. There we go.
Oh, someone converted a really nice Vect throne for the Tantalus. Like a pet lion.
Hang on, Tom Downs has just joined us from Northumbrian Adventurers Girl. Hi guys, with the Death Guard complete all painted. Going to make a start with the Space Wolves. Going to paint them pre-heresy colours. Don't like the blue look of the 40k ones. Fair enough, man. I always find it a bit of an awkward colour, to be honest. It's cool, that would be me air. Mephiston Red, which I don't want to use. So anyway, yeah, the relic for Vect. It allows you to reroll ones to wound within 6 inches.
Sorry, say that again?
It allows you to reroll ones to wound within 6 inches.
On Vex thing?
The artifact for the Cabal of the Black Heart.
Oh, then what's the point in the Venom?
What?
So what's the point in the Venom one?
The Venom one?
Yeah, the Cabal with the Venom. With the snake.
Because it's only within 6 inches of the Archon.
Yeah, but then you could just castle around them.
Yeah. 3
Upset
Ravagers, man.
It's upsetting, man.
Oh, do you know the Archon allows reroll ones to hit now?
I already knew that, yeah. Oh, so upset. Oh! Whoa!
What?
Whoa! There's a new picture of like the IDNF Deep King. It's like a picture of the full army.
Oh, I've seen it in White Dwarf. There was
Oh!
one on the community page earlier as well.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Yeah.
Harry, you want Azrael Vet. Vandus, of course I do, but I'm not paying 150 quid. Oh, Graham Donaldson going for 50 quid, you know, Phil.
Yeah, I know that.
Oh.
I don't like the fact that this army looks to be elite. It doesn't look like it's going to be infantry based.
Yeah, Azrael Vex was on eBay for £150, Vandus, and I can send you the link if you want. Do you want to buy him? In fact, right, everybody donate to PayPal right now, and I'll go and buy it.
Harry, you can see the broken, ruined ship in the background.
Yeah, no, I've already looked, mate. I've seen it at like 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Oh man! Oh man! Oh!
I think I want some of the Azurite ruins, you know.
The what?
You know the little ruin kit that they released for 40k when the battle map came out, and they released the ruins -1 sprue separately.
Wasn't that like ages ago?
Yeah. Well, they've just done the same with the Age of Sigmar one.
What? There's an what? Huh?
Yeah, and I want the ruins.
All right. All right.
Calm down.
Calm down.
Hey, calm down.
Calm down. Calm down. Hey. Calm down.
Tom, the Codex is going to come along. It's going to be brilliant, and you're going to get Lehman Russ. Isn't he, Phil?
Hey. What? Sorry, huh? What?
Tom says he put the Space Wolves down because he thought they were boring because of the index. But I'm saying Hangfire and Lehman Russ will be out later this year.
Well, we'll see. I hope he is. What it said is that it's supposed to be a Space Wolf and Black Legion box set. And apparently Lehman Russ is supposed to be coming with, and Abaddon's supposed to be getting a new, bigger plastic model. So.
But let's talk about future codexes, Phil. So, once we get Deathwatch, Harlequins, and Knights out of the way, right? What does that actually leave us with that we need? So, there's Orcs, Genestealer Cult, Space Wolves. We know Sisters is going to be next year.
Yeah, 2019.
So that literally leaves Genestealer Cult, Orcs, Space Wolves.
And the rumours for Angron and the World Eaters at the end of the year as well.
Which, you know, we can hope for.
I thought it was going to be the Emperor's Children with Fulgrim. But it turns out Khorne's going to get the love at the end of the year.
See, like, I don't know about you, right, but with all the mentioning of Slaanesh that's all over the place in Age of Sigmar, right, I genuinely thought that Slaanesh would be getting some love.
I think what it is, I think Slaanesh is actually alright in terms of rules right now. I think Khorne is the one that's the most desperate. I think them doing Khorne means that they get, like, the Khorne demons get a proper update. Because before they got the update, it wasn't a Khorne demon update, it was more of a demon kin. And then they didn't continue with that, in a sense.
Yeah.
So what I'm feeling from it now is that this perfect opportunity to, because all the Khorne stuff's plastic, apart from the flesh hounds.
No, that's still plastic.
No, the flesh hounds are fine cast.
Are they?
I think you'll find. Either fine cast or metal. They're not plastic though.
Oh, well, the ones I've got here are metal, like.
but they're in the new Shadespire kit.
Yeah, I know. Me and Vandus were talking about
There's
that
a-
last night, actually.
It's a plastic flesh hound, so it's sort of getting on me that I'm like, that looks like it's sort of a teaser for the new plastic flesh hounds, maybe. And then hopefully a couple more different corn units, like a couple of corn characters, might be pretty cool. And I kind of really want to see them bring the Wrathmongers or the Bloodslaughterers into 40k.
Yeah.
I know it takes a little bit away from, like, or even make a new unit completely. That's kind of like them.
Give them
Or
butchers.
I just like the thought of maybe flamers, but it's like actually just like metal flails, like Wrathmongers, but like metal flails from them. And it's like that sounds awesome. But I think they need just like a couple of different things to make them a little bit viable. Because right now they're struggling a little bit because they don't have psychic and they don't really have shooting. Um, they don't have that sort of defensive capability.
Oh my god.
What?
Vandus has just sent me a link to eBay to Asgrabale Vec for £59.
Oh, Jake. Well, what are you gonna do there?
I can't afford it.
Oh, Harry.
I'm gonna send it to Lucy, see what she does.
Completely forgot what I was talking about.
Sorry, dude.
Completely just went past my mind. Oh yeah, the corn stuff coming out. Yeah, that's the rumors I've heard is because we've got Shadespire after Dark Eldar. Then it's going to be IDNF Deep Game for probably 3 weeks, 3 or 2 weeks.
I think it'll be 4, right? Because released on the 21st is only the book cards and dice. Now, when you look at the amount of models, right, you've got Ming the Merciless, the woman with the big crown, you've got the guy on the wave, octopus guy, the guy on the unicorn, you've got the Leviathan, you've got the shark things, you've got the eels, and then you've got the infantry. That's 9 units, Phil.
What I'm thinking is because we should look at it like how the Caradon Overlords were released, right? The Caradon Overlords had a bit where they released like 3 characters and the big one at the same time with the big character and the floaty, like the jump infantry dudes. So that was like a lot in 1 week. And then they had like the small ship with the medium sized ship and the basic infantry with a couple of characters in 1 week as well. And then the rest was all put in 1 week, which was the Thunderers and it might be one of the other ships. So in my opinion, I do think it'll be 3 weeks. I think it'll be standard infantry, big eels, small eels, and a couple of characters in first week. Then in second week, it will be elite infantry, couple more characters. And then last week, it'll be big characters and maybe second week elite infantry and big characters, and then final week is the big monsters and other characters.
So you're saying 3 weeks worth of models plus the week for the book cards and quarter and dice. That's 4-week release.
Yeah, because if the book cards are just happening in 1 week, because when I'm looking at the IDNF Deep King bit here, I see there's 2 foot characters. There's a character on his unicorn, and then of course there's the character with the octopus, and that's all the characters.
So you got.
And then you got the Primarch, and then you got the 2 different versions of the eels, and the 2 different versions of the shark, and then the 2 different versions of the turtles, and then you've got bow infantry and sword infantry. Oh, there's another character there. So that's 4 characters, 1 big character, and then Primarch. And then one. Well, it looks like bow infantry and sword infantry is the same kit, just maybe switcheroo. Let me look at the legs. No, the legs are different. They're 2 different kits. They're definitely 2 different kits. I think the bow infantry is going to be 5 man. The sword infantry is going to be 10 man. 4 mini characters. 1 multi-part box for eels. 1 multi-part box for sharks. 1 multi-part box for turtles. multi-part box for the big character, and that's it. So I would say first week cards, decks, things like that. Next week, big turtle, 2 characters, and the sword infantry. Week after that, bow infantry, eels and sharks, another 2 characters. Then last week, big characters and the ruins. Maybe something like so like 4 weeks. Yeah, 4 weeks. I would say 4 weeks, and then we're on to.
I think we'll get Imperial Knights after that.
Yeah, and then then it's Imperial Knights, unless they break up Ironeth with Imperial Knights or whatever. I don't know. So the week after that will be Imperial Knights, and then it's the Harlequins, Death Watch, and who else?
Nothing. Knights, Harlequins, and Death Watch are next.
No, because the Knights was announced alongside Necrons and Drukhari.
What?
So the Knights were announced alongside Necrons and Drukhari.
No, they weren't. The Tower was.
Ah, yeah. I know it was in 3s. That's why I was like,
yeah.
Ooh. Let me just check where I'm going. Yeah, Knights, then Harlequins, then Death Watch, and then I would say either another Shadespire thing, or it'll be the Orc release, which is rumored to be a massive plastic release. Except they ain't elite infantry fill. It's just one type of alternative kit builds. It doesn't look that way in the picture from Age of Sigmar. I'm not gonna lie. The bowmen do not have the same legs or torsos as the swordsmen, and then they are scattered about in 5s, and the swordsmen, and so there's some in 10s, but the swordsmen are all scattered about in 10s. There's looks like one swordman at the back's got a big cannon. That's weird. I don't think they'll be the same kit because they just don't look the same in any word of the armor. Because they don't have armor on their like shins on the bow people, but they do on the dudes, and then the tabards. They've got like tabards on their sword people, and then the sword people got axes in there as well. They have tabards on the sword people, whereas the bow people sort of have like waist capes, and then the chests they've got like metal fronts on the sword people, and then the bow people have got like straps going around. If it's a multi-part kit, you practically make both in the same kit. So I don't believe they're multi-part, mate. The shark ones, they've got like an eel-looking one, then a normal. They look like they might not be multi-part. They might just have different weapons.
The sharks and the eels are 2 separate kits.
Oh no! I'm not about the eels. It's like one's green with like horns on its face, but then the other one's black and just doesn't have and the horns are really small, but one's black and doesn't have that. But like there's 2 different weapons, so I just think it's gonna be the weapons rather than the actual shark changing. The eels are 2 different ones because they've got ones with like the oh no, they look the same on that picture. The eels don't look like the multi-part. They look like the riders can do different weapons, but the eels don't look different other than colour schemes. Yeah, they've got the fluff on the back, the fins, the helmets are the same. Yeah, it looks like it's just going to be weapons for them ones. Just from this picture that I'm looking at. The turtle looks like 2 different ones, because the heads are different, and then the weapons look different as well. So they look like they'd be something kind of like your big cauldron thing. I can have like different riders, and it like switches up what it can do. That's what it looks like. I hope it's also the transport. That'd be really cool if it's like a transport as well. They look cool. Nice, but sea creatures flying, they can't be that deep, kin. And even if is because of magic, though, they are nice miniatures. It seems pretty awkward that they are flying. We're sure that will be explored in the Battletron.
I've still got a shed ton of sisters to build. I've got a box of 5 snakes left to build, and I've got 10 birds left to build. And you know what Justin managed to get hold of for me? The last Blood Coven box.
Awesome.
Yeah, because that cost me 51 quid instead of paying 35 for 10 elves.
That's cool.
So I need
just
to build all them.
I just need to paint up my dwarfs. My list is already. If a vampire bites a zombie, does the zombie become a vampire, or does the vampire become a zombie if it's bit by the zombie?
Who asked that?
That's just a picture I saw. If
That'd be queasy talk.
you're queasy. Right. I have to go, man.
Fair enough.
I have to go. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for joining us. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
However, I've discovered that my lead belcher needs a bit thinning down. Have you gone? Are you still there?
I'm trying to back out right now.
Fair enough. Well, are you home at the weekend or?
No, I need to go back to Millsborough Friday night, and then I leave on Saturday morning. I come back on Wednesday, and then I go back to Millsborough on the Monday morning. After that,
Oh,
so not
so
this.
are you at home at the minute, like?
I'm at home in a minute. Yeah,
Oh, right. I didn't realise.
because I was out in Millsborough yesterday, and then I came
By
back.
home, I mean see him.
Yeah,
All right.
and then so not this weekend, but the weekend after I'll be back.
Oh, cool.
Or more like Thursday next week. I'll be back.
Thursday next week, I am playing Sean.
I'll be back.
Do you want to come round, like?
Maybe, maybe not. Maybe.
Well, Sean will be here, so it's up to you.
Don't know whether I want to see Sean like after he cancelled on me last time.
Because he went out and got smashed.
Yeah, bastard.
Harry
Right.
Facebook. What, Van Ders? What?
Alright. I'll see you later. Good luck. Good luck!
See you later, man. Oh, Van Ders, I haven't got that kind of money. It's some beautiful models, but I just... No, I don't need no more, okay? I'm actually so close to finishing this off. I've literally got, some details to do. When I say finish off, it's not going to be totally finished. It's basically going to be tabletop standard. It'll look good enough for a battle report. So I am really excited about tomorrow, but I've still got a lot to do. I need to finish painting this. I need to get both armies out, actually. I need to go through and write down all of the stratagems for Lucy. So that she's actually got them written down in front of her, because, of course, I don't have the codex. I really, really want to work on my Daughters of Cain. This will be the last 40k model I'm working on for some time after I've finished off 15 Wraith for Sean, because I need to give him them next week when he comes round, because he'll probably be using them in the game against me. Now, originally I did say necrons to him, But obviously we've already done necrons. Oh, and I needed to edit a video tonight. Damn. And then I need a fine brush to go over all that. Don't write, take a pic and print. No, I'll type it and then print it. Oh, I hate doing the bits around here on the edges of all the pauldrons and stuff. Genuine dislike. Vandus, how far are you from Gibraltar? Like, what's the chances of you coming to Gibraltar when me and Lucy are out there? I missed a plastic Kairos Fate Weaver assembled for 30 quid. Ah, man. Gibraltar, Spain side or the other? What do you mean, Spain side or the other? Basically, because I would love to meet up with you, but I don't know what the possibility of that would entail. Like, we can get to Gibraltar, but traveling from Gibraltar to anywhere else is not easy. Right, I'm gonna let that one dry because then I just need to go back and do some touchy-uppy bits on that. Ah, it's only 5 to 11.
Oh,
Oh, someone's just
yeah.
subscribed. Monique Hinderer has just subscribed. Thank you very much indeed. Ah, Jesus, you're right over in Portugal. Yeah, it's the wrong side of Spain. What do you mean, which Gibraltar? There's only one Gibraltar, isn't there? Gibraltar is in where no retreat is held. There's 15, Harry. 15 what? Harry complains about the heat. That's the only place I can recall. Yes, because it's very, very hot. And I don't like hot. At all. It's hot, you know. Lucy took the other lead belcher home. Ew. I prefer my place less hot. Portugal is way less hot than Gibraltar by a mile. Well, mid to north part is. Yeah, because it's so much further north, that's why. If it wasn't for Lucy's back, right, I would love to take her to Europe and just like drive around random countries and go from like go down to Portugal and then like across to Italy and stuff, and it would be really cool, but she can't manage in the car for more than sort of 2.5 hours.
Oh,
Oh, we've got another
yeah.
subscription. Who has arrived? Noel Hunter. Thank you very much for the subscription. It's appreciated. And I just realised I'm doing all that and you guys can't even see what I'm painting. So I'm going to leave that again there because it's in the way of my hands. I don't like doing this. It's very, very tedious. What the fuck? The noise of that subscription sounds like porn. Oh, that was me knee clicking. God, that weather sounds horrendous out there still. Good night, chaps. I'm off to bed. No worries, James, man. Catch you later. I just hope their answer to underpowered into night with even more guns. Yeah. I really want to know what they're going to do with Quins. Because, like I said, when me and Phil were going over the Dark Eldar stuff, like a lot of the stuff that the Dark Eldar get for different witch cults and stuff, harlequins already have standard. So, like, fall back and shoot and advance and charge and fall back and charge. Do you know what I mean? They've already got a lot more going for them. But it then begs the question as to are they going to give knights like specific rules? Classic criminal codexes right now. Nope, no Dark Eldar have it, and no Necrons have it. Do God have it? Do Custodes have it? Space Marines are just Marines, and they hang on, and I'd make us the closest thing to knights. They lack transports. Yeah, definitely they need some. I don't understand. I wish they would just hurry up with Fires of Coraxus or whatever it is. Oh, I just hope they make the knight's damage to be passed over to models rather than damage 6 kills 1 go. Yeah, that would be cool. I don't know if we would get that, but we can hope. Yeah, maybe it's included in something to do with the Titan rules, maybe. Like damage from this model's melee weapons spills over into further models. Oh, guys, I think it's about. Well, I say it's nearly time for me to call. I need to get this finished, but I may have to finish up at work tomorrow. I think the Tempest Warblade does, though. That's on the Castigator, isn't it? Right, guys, I think it's going to be about time I call it a night. I'm going to watch some TV while I finish this off, but I will post some pictures up on the Facebook page, so go and check it out when I'm done. And I can't wait to try them out tomorrow. Yay! Also look forward for the Imperial Knight Codex. Going to be more assembly option for the smaller ones. Yeah, that's going to be a thing. Because the weapon sprues on these just had option, it had B on the bottom of it. So basically, where's here? No worries, man. Catch you later. Thanks everybody for tuning in. But yeah, it's 3.5 hours. I'm going to call it a night. Get this guy glued together and probably just leave him as is on his base. So thank you very much for tuning in, and we will see you again very, very soon.